This screencast will demonstrate how to create a word cloud using the online tool Wordle.net. Wordle is a tool for creating word clouds from text that you provide, and they give greater prominence to words that appear more frequently in the source text. Word clouds are a great tool for summarization, reflection, analysis, and definition. And there are a number of ways to use word clouds in teaching and learning. By Googling how to use word clouds in education, you can come across sites such as this one, 108 ways to use word clouds in the classroom. This website divides up the uses of word clouds by subject area as well as across subjects, so lots of ideas for how to implement word cloud activities in the classroom. To create a word cloud on the Wordle.net website, you do not need to create an account. All you need to do is go to www.wordle.net and click the Create hyperlink on the home page. This allows you to paste in a bunch of text or enter a URL of a blog post, blog feed, or other web page. For this demonstration, I'm going to paste in some text from a Word document. So I'm here on the Word document. I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Control A since I'm on a Windows computer. If you're on a Mac, you can use the Command A. And that will select all of the text on your document. And then I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Control C. Again, in Windows, Command C would be the Mac, to copy it. Going back to my Wordle page, I'm going to Control V to paste it into the text box, and as you can see, it is a bunch of text. Click the Go button. And Wordle runs using Java, so make sure that your Java is up to date. If it's not, Wordle will probably prompt you to update your Java. And then if there are any dialog boxes that ask you if you want to run the application, make sure that you click Run. Now Wordle has processed my bunch of text and created a word cloud, and you can see that certain words are larger. These words were repeated most often in a bunch of text. So it's a really great way to capture at a glance the words that are used most frequently and discussed in a particular body of text. Clicking the Randomize button will change the orientation, font face, and coloring of your word cloud. So as you can see, each time I click it, it changes the way the word cloud looks. It doesn't necessarily change the size of the words because the number of times the words are in the body of text does not change, but just the color scheme and the orientation. And then I can adjust each of these things one at a time using the menus at the top. So if I click the Language button, I can see that Remove Numbers is checked. I'm going to leave that. I can leave the words as spelled, or I can make all the words lower or uppercase. I'm going to make them all lowercase. That way it won't change it won't create two words, one for the capitalized at the beginning of the sentence and one for a word in the middle of a sentence, and if it's the same word. So I'm going to make them all the same lowercase. And then you can remove words from other languages if you so choose. The next option is the font face. We can see that Randomize selected Helvetica as the font face. If I wanted to do something different, I can scroll through the font faces that are available until I find one that I like. Layout will allow me to adjust the edges of the word cloud. Right now we're looking at rounder edges, so it's sort of a oval shape. If I click straighter edge, you can see that it converts to more of a rectangular type shape. I can adjust the maximum number of words in my word cloud. Currently it's 150, so that would be the 150 most frequently used words in my word cloud, that besides common English words like a, an, and the. can choose a different orientation. It's right now mostly horizontal, but I could do half and half. That might fit more of the words within a condensed space. I could do all vertical, all horizontal, or any which way. In my word clouds, I typically prefer to do mostly horizontal because I find it's easier to read. And color scheme. You can choose to recolor your word cloud or choose one of the palettes that are available. If I chose orange carrot, you can see that this palette involves some fall colors of green, orange, yellow, and brown. I can customize that, or I can choose to add more variation. So some variation introduces some more purpley reds. Lots of variation increases the intensity of some of the colors. We've got a lighter orange and a darker reddish orange, as well as a darker purple. And a wild variation would be even more extreme, with more extreme greens, to really make certain words stand out. Now, one downside of Wordle is that you cannot export from the website your word cloud into a graph file, but there are ways to work around that. If you're in a Windows computer, you can take a screenshot using the snipping tool. If you're on the Mac, you can use the keyboard shortcuts Command-Shift-4 to select your word cloud. Since I'm demonstrating this in Internet Explorer, I'm going to show the snipping tool. So once I open the snipping tool, I'm going to select the area that includes my word cloud. And then I'm going to choose Save As. And I'm just going to save it to the desktop. And click Save. Now if I go to my desktop, I'll find that my word cloud has been saved right here. So it's now a JPEG file that I can upload to a discussion board or share via email or post on my web page or whatever I want to do with it. Import it into a PowerPoint slide. It's very flexible once you get it into a JPEG file. And that is how to create word clouds using Wordle.